Hello Internet. This video is going to discuss elements of a patent specification. Again, focusing on the principle that you can do this yourself. Here and following are going to be some elements of a patent specification that should be part of your strategy in drafting your own patent disclosure. And I'm going to use the example of a pretzel machine to help show you some of the ways you can demonstrate that you have effectively what's known as reduced to practice and conceived of an invention to the level of statutory necessity imposed by the Patent Office. It's not easy. And so I'm going to avoid a lot of big legal terms and gobbledygook and mumble jumbo and just show you the images. You're going to see the images. I'm going to talk about them a little bit, but mainly this isn't going to be about me talking. When you see the images, it's going to give you a much better idea and clarity as to what is needed for a good, effective patent disclosure. I hope you find this helpful.
All right, folks, the reason we're here is to figure out how to do more effective patent disclosures. Like I said, this is one where I don't need to talk very much because the visuals are so outstanding. Almost everyone viewing this GIF can tell what the invention is and what it does without one word of anybody saying anything. That's the colossally good principle that we want to adopt in making submissions to the patent examiner. Now, on one hand, you might say we're not allowed to give GIFs to the patent examiner, and the answer is yes, we are. They're not allowed to be directly part of the application, but we can certainly give them to the examiner in a secure way, potentially not email attachments, but some other firewall and properly secure way, so that the examiner can see what the invention is and what it does. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is, unfortunately, for the actual structural content, statutory content of the patent application, only static 8.5 by 11 black and white drawings are permitted. That's the patent statutes. That's the world we live in. That's how things are going to work. I bet you're still staring at these pretzels because it is fascinating to watch these over and over again. But let's now change it around a little bit and show you if this was an inventor who gave me this GIF, I think about a 9-second GIF as a patent disclosure. There's so much I could do with this. Just in these 9 or 8 seconds or however long it is, there's so many principles of the invention that I can convey that I would be so happy. I've had inventors talk to me for hours and drain my energy and make it frustrating to listen to, and they gave me less information than what's contained in these 9 seconds. So you inventors, incipient inventors that are getting ready to engage counsel or do your own patent disclosure, think hard about the quality of the information that you're delivering. Let's think about what I would do with this if I was an inventor, the engaged attorney, engaged counsel that was responsible for drafting and filing a patent application based on this. Folks, I hope you liked that GIF file. But now let's do the boring part and show what it would take to convert that into a patent application. The left are screen captures that any of you could do. Probably anybody watching this video would know how to do these screen captures and start editing them. That would be fine for a provisional application. A provisional patent application can incorporate screen captures, and in fact I recommend that you do incorporate screen captures. On the right are the screen captures converted into black and white line drawings that are necessary for the utility format of a patent application. These, it's a little less likely that you folks could do these yourselves, although it may be possible. Some of you might be able to. These are not permissible for utility. These screen captures are only permissible for provisional. These are required for utility, as well as several other difficult statutory formats. But the point of this is not to show you how hard utilities are. It's to show you what the next steps are so you can start contemplating how much of this you can do yourself and how much of this you need to hire an attorney for. Folks, here's another example of 3 separate images. that all went into some patent application or another somewhere along the line, a provisional application. And the reason I want to show you these is because this came from a simple digital image where the person added a lot of different things, and in this case added a handle and other features and whatnot, and then described them in the text. And this person took a simple image from images.google.com or something like that, and then modified it to show some of their features and whatnot. Of course, adding element names and element numbers, adding elements, lead lines, arrows, and other details, showing what the invention is and what it does. That's fine for a provisional application. And it's also not a copyright violation either. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. The bottom one is the simplest one of all. This frying pan came from a ordinary images.google.com or some other image somewhere. Might be copyrighted, might not, but you're not using it for a copyrighted purpose, so we can get into fair use at another time. The point was to modify this drawing in a simple way to show what the feature was, what the inventive portion of it was. That's all. That's all the point of this entire detail is to show you what are acceptable patent applications, that patent drawings that can be used in a provisional patent application. None of these could be used in a utility, but they could be used in provisional, and you folks might not have realized that you're already good enough that you can be doing your own provisional images. You don't need an attorney. That's the point I'm trying to make to you. There's a lot more patent images on my website at tannerpatent.com, a lot more examples of successful images that were converted into utility and actually resulted in a patent. It would take too long to explain, and I've already ran this video a little longer than I care for. But the point is that once you see what's available, not have it told to you and have to listen and have to read about it, but once you see the images, you'll realize that this is within your capability.
Folks, I hope you found that helpful. I hope you got the point. And I wish that you would ask me for any other topics or things and areas of concerns that you have that you would like to see me cover. Thank you for paying attention.